Hi everyone, this is Miles Mortgage Salba, or you may call me Sir Miles, and I would like you to welcome to my Fab M2 class. So for today's recorded video discussion, we're just going to continue the last lesson, which is the statement of comprehensive income. So for today's first lesson, we're going to discuss the different part of statement of comprehensive income. So ito po yung example ng comprehensive income natin sa isang company. So these are the parts of a comprehensive income or statement of comprehensive income. First, we have the heading. So you need to indicate the name of the company. After that, the name of statement. So what kind of statement are you doing sa isang kumpanya? Next, we have the date of preparation. So take note, you need to emphasize the word for the. Okay, every time that you will write a date of preparation. So after natin masulat yung heading, we will now proceed to the sample of reform form SFP or yung body po ng statement. So first, you need to write the revenue. So the revenues is the total amount of revenue that the company was able to generate from providing services to the customers. Okay. Next, we have the second part, which is the expenses. So you need to write all the expenses that you have in your company. So it can be broken down into into three expenses. We have the general, administrative and selling expenses. So kaya po tinawag siyang multi-step kasi po may iba't ibang step dito sa expenses. So you can write general, administrative and selling, okay? So after that, you need to deduct the total revenue and total expenses to each other. So the net income for positive result. So ibig sabihin kung maganda po yung result ng net income, ibig sabihin po positive, maganda yung outcome ng isang company. Pero kapag net loss naman, ibig sabihin po negative result po siya. Ibig sabihin madami po tayong expenses at hindi po natin nabawi yung sub-revenue na nakuha natin from that date. Okay? So ito po yung example natin ng comprehensive income. So for example, given na po yung company's name, which is the Happy Selling Company. Yan po yung heading natin na you need to write also the statement of comprehensive income. So anong classic statement ang ginagawa mo ngayon? And of course, the date of preparation. So for the year ended December 31, 2016. So yan po yung heading. So now, we proceed to the sales or revenue. Okay? So we need to write the sales, which is we have a total amount of 500,000 pesos. Okay, and we also have the sales return or the sales discount, also known as the contra revenue. So after you compute, we will have a net sales with a total amount of 460,000 pesos. Then we will need to get the gross profit of a company. So you need to write down the net cost of purchases and the purchases, which is the purchase returns, the purchase discounts, the net purchase, and the freight in. So after you put it down or you write it down, you need to compute it. Then yan po yung magiging cost of goods available for sale na kung saan meron pong 335,000 pesos. So to get the ending inventory, we have 50,000 pesos. Then we will have a total amount of 285,000 pesos. So para makuha natin yung gross profit natin, we just need to minus or deduct the net sales to the ending inventory, and we will have a gross profit now worth 175,000 pesos. Okay? So dito, let's discuss the general and administrative expenses. So dito po, ito po yung nakalagay sa general and administrative expenses. We have the salary expense, we have also the rent expense, the depreciation expense, the utility expense, and miscellaneous expense. So kapag na-compute natin itong lahat, we will just, it will have a total amount of 51,000 pesos. Bali, yan po yung magiging general and administrative expenses. So next, we have the selling expenses. Dito sa selling expenses, nakalagay po yung salaries expense, the rent expense, the depreciation expense, and the utilities expense. So kapag gusto natin makuha yung net income, okay, ang mangyayari po dito is you just need to add the 51,000, dito sa unang ano natin. Okay, I wait. So 175 minus the general administrative expenses, which is 51,000 pesos, and minus din po natin sa selling expenses natin na 31,000 pesos. And we will have a net income 93,000 pesos. So ibig sabihin po, meron po tayong net income. Ibig sabihin, positive po yung result ng company natin. So hindi tayo lugi sa kumpanya. Okay? So sample of multi-step SEI. So first part is the sales. Okay, you need to determine the total amount of the revenue that the company was able to generate from selling products. So tandaan, yung pinakita ko kanina is an example of multi-step comprehensive income. So after natin masulat yung sales, we proceed to the second part, which composes of the contra revenue. So tinawag po siyang contra revenue because it is on the opposite side of the sales account. So ibig sabihin, we need to minus the total sales to this contra sales or the contra revenue. So the sales account is on the credit side, while the reduction of sales account are on the debit side. So this is contrary to the normal balance of the sales and the revenue. So example po natin dito is sales discount. Ano pa nga yan? We have also the wait. Okay, so we have the sales return and we have also the sales discount. Yan po yung tinatawag na contra revenue natin. Okay, so next, we already done to the first step and second step of a multi-step statement of comprehensive income. Let's discuss what is sales return. Okay, so when we say sales return, this account is debited in order to record the returns of the customers or allowance for such return. So ito po yung mga sales na kung saan binalik po ng mga customer sa atin, kaya po tinatawag po siyang sales return. Okay, so this sales return occur when the customer return their product for reasons such as but not limited to defects or change of reference. So sometimes class as a customer, for example, hindi sa atin kasya or sometimes may konting damage, ang ginagawa natin is pinabalik natin doon sa company or doon sa binilihan natin. At tinatawag po siyang sales return sa mga kumpanya. So next we have the sales discount. So this is where discount given to the customer who pay early are recorded, also known as cash discount. So isa din po siyang sales contra revenue because we deduct the total sales to the sales discount. Okay, so minus natin to or bibinibigyan natin ng deduction yung total amount of the product because we give a sale to the customers. Okay. So now we proceed to the net sales, or the sum of company gross sales minus its return allowance and discount. So makukuha po natin yung net sales natin kapag kinumpute natin yung gross sales natin at ima-minus po sa return allowance and discounts. Okay? So we have the sales minus sales return plus sales discount is equal to net sales. Okay? So the third part is the cost of goods sold. So when we say cost of goods sold, these accounts represent the actual cost of merchandise that the company was able to sell during the year. So ibig sabihin, ito po yung actual cost natin sa isang merchandising business habang nagsisell tayo ng isang produkto. We also have the beginning inventory. So the beginning inventory is the amount of the inventory at the beginning of the accounting period. So kaya tinawag siyang beginning inventory because nasa unahan po siya ng accounting period. So this is also known which the amount of ending inventory from the previous year. So magkakaroon po tayo ng beginning inventory galing po doon sa previous year or previous ending inventory nung taon bago yung taon natin ngayon. Okay? We also, to get the net cost of purchase, we have the purchases plus freight in. When we say net purchases, ito po yung mga purchases natin, then we have the purchase discount and purchase return. Okay? So we have also the purchases, which is known as the amount of goods bought during the current accounting period. So ito yung mga binili natin na mga gamit para sa isang negosyo or para sa business natin. So when we say contra purchases naman, an account that is credited being contrary to the normal balance of purchase account. So sometimes we purchase a material or a equipment tapos may damage siya or hindi naman tugma doon dapat sa bibilhin natin, we go back to that business and put it back that we purchase from that business. We also have purchase discount. So when we say purchase discount, account used to record early payment by the company to the suppliers of merchandises. This is how buyers see a sales discount given them by a supplier. So sometimes nabibigyan tayo ng suppliers natin ng discount kapag maaga tayo nagbibigay sa kanila ng payment. We also have purchase return. So account used to record merchandise return by the company for their suppliers. So this is how buyers see sales return recorded by their suppliers. Or sometimes, sabi ko nga kanina, we bought materials or we receive materials or supplies from our supplier, then hindi naman, or there's damage or maybe hindi natin naman naggagamitin masyado, kaya nire-return natin itong gamit na binigay sa atin ng supplier. We also have freight in. So when we say freight in, this account is used to record the transportation cost of a merchandise purchased by the company. So tandaan, ito po ay yung transportation cost ng isang merchandising business. We also have add beginning inventory and net cost of purchase to get the cost of goods available for sale. So yan po yung magiging natin para makuha po natin yung cost of goods available for sale. We just need to add the beginning inventory and the net cost purchase. So when we say ending inventory naman, amount is inventory presented in the financial or statement of financial position, which is the total cost of sales less cost of goods sold, which is the gross profit. Okay, and the fourth part is the general and administrative expenses. So these expenses are not directly operated, I mean not directly related to the merchandising function of the company, but are necessary for the business to operate effectively. So ito po yung mga hindi naman siya totally connected or related doon sa merchandising function ng isang kumpanya, but still we need these expenses para mag-operate yung isang company or yung isang negosyo. And we also have the fifth part, which is the selling expenses. So these expenses are those that are directly related to the main purpose of merchandising business. So ito po yung mga expenses natin na nagamit natin sa isang kumpanya para ma-sell yung isang produkto at ang isang serbisyo. So this does not include the cost of goods sold and contrast revenue account. So to get the net income, the gross profit less general and administrative expenses less selling expenses, we will get the net income. For positive result, we have net income, and for negative result, we have net loss. Okay? So ito po yung example ng isang multi-step statement of comprehensive income. So makikita nyo, andyan po yung mga steps para yung steps na ginawa natin kanina or to-determine natin. We have the net sale, and we need to get the gross profit first. Then we put the general administrative expenses, and after that we have the selling expenses. Then kapag na-compute na natin yung gross profit, we will just minus the total general administrative expenses, and minus din natin yung selling expenses, and we will have received a net income na worth 93,000 pesos. So yan po yung paggawa ng isang statement of comprehensive income. So that will be all. So I hope you gained something about statement of comprehensive income. So if you have any question, clarification, or suggestions, please don't hesitate to contact me, okay, through my messenger or Gmail. So God bless, and thank you everyone for listening and watching this recorded video discussion. Goodbye.